Enjoy. There we go. All right. So before I forget, today is October 10th, and next week I have proposed that it'd be Bring a Friend week. So I know that
And we know what?
Mark had some work stuff he had to deal with. So I think this is going to be it today for the group. This is funny. So I'm looking at my top 10, and my wife had been using my computer because it was hooked up to the speaker, and then Taylor Swift came in on the top 10. I told her not to do it, but she did it anyway.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So.
Doug, your camera keeps going off.
Sam is muted, so that might be why
Yeah.
I can't hear him. Okay. Yeah, nobody responded when I asked if they had tracks ready.
Your video
And-
froze.
You gone again.
Yes, from somebody. I don't know who that was from. I'm gonna try to close some things. Maybe that robot is on my side.
You have a poor connection. It says.
Me? I don't have. I
Yeah.
don't. It might be my CPU might be too high, but I definitely don't have a bad connection.
I do have a track ready.
All right, let's hear it.
Okie dokie.
Ah.
All right. Excellent. You have one ready to go, Victor?
Yeah.
All right.
So does it unmute automatically now?
No, I don't think so.
It depends on what kind of device you're on and how people are sharing it. There's so many like different options for what happens. What kind of device are you on, Sam? Are you on a laptop? Because usually it would mute automatically from a laptop, but not from a phone.
I'm on my laptop as usual.
Hey yo, my lady and I got married on March 7th. What better way to start than survive a pandemic? The honeymoon is coming soon, but can't sweat it. Till then we take PayPal, wiring, and debit, y'all. But real talk, life is anything but the norm. These cats wildin' on anti-vaxxer discussion forums. Oxymoronic how we all together, all alone, stuck at home, hopping online to find love and warmth. Playoffs, graduations, and weddings give way to chaos, isolation, recession. We grieving losses and fighting major depression. Keeping cautious, finding ways of progressing. Gotta eat on less, feeling beyond stress. Like the lineups for the ER and EI checks. All the fear up in the media that we digest, I redirect. Cause I ain't trying to see that mess. These are trying and traumatic days, trying to combat a plague where heavy loss in the lines of race, class, and age. Showering essential workers with claps and praise. I hope we back them when they rally for an average wage. Trying to find a silver lining in a patch of gray. You could cover your mouth but can't match the pain. When every day you gotta choose between risking your life or living it through computer screens. It's hard, that's why I check up on my people every day or two and practice self-compassion when I fail to. Just cause I'm at home, that don't mean that I'm available. Flicking off my phone, meditating, staying prayerful. In the face of fear, I'm still looking for miracles. Much is unclear, but God's spirit is here still. Mourning with the mourners, dwelling with the desperate, the poor and the homeless. In overcrowded shelter beds, tears in the hospitals, making hope feel possible. Watching over homes where unions are not civil, solutions are not simple, and life may never be the same. Keep in touch from a meter's range till we meet again.
That was pretty good.
And pretty
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have another short one, very short actually. I might be able to find something else from this band or from this musician, Tewksbury. He's from Hamilton, Ontario, but this is just a 39 or 38-second teaser track from the new album Paths. So Paths is available on Bandcamp. It's an album of piano compositions and electronic instruments. So this is the only thing on his channel. So I just figured I'd share that, and then if people enjoy the 38 seconds, they can check out the album. So here we are. All right, so Sam is up next.
Wow, already again.
I've got another one if you're not ready to go.
Oh no, I'm ready.
Okay. I forgot to share mine on the Facebook. Nice. All right. Oh, I just lost the video because my cat decided to pull on the cables. Did you have anything, Al? No, Al may be indisposed at the moment. I know.
How's your dog doing now?
Not here. He's over here. Utah. Come here. Here he is.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You want to play a track, Michelle? Yeah. You're still muted. So I had a thought. That just popped up when I was looking up Lewis Ling and the Bombs. There's a recording of when I interviewed Josh for the Music Manual Punkcast, which was a thing that I did for a little while. I wonder if people would be interested in watching the first 5 minutes of that interview. Anybody? I mean, there's other stuff on Lewis Ling, but some of the stuff is not videos, and some of the stuff I've played before. So I just thought it would be something different. I don't have strong feelings one way or another.
I'm okay with listening to it.
Victor, what say ye?
Yeah.
Let's do that while Alan's figuring things out here. This is Doug of Music Manual with the Punkcast. I'm here with Josh of Lewis Ling and the Bombs. How are you, Josh?
I'm pretty good.
So you've been a guest on the main Music Manual show before, and we talked a lot about stuff so people can see the show notes if they want to hear a longer interview. We're going to try to go about 20 minutes here, so no one needs to feel like they need to hang out for too long if they don't want to. So we were discussing before we got going how some of the members of the band are shy when it's talking about English. And I'm sort of curious, are there good, I know that there are in some languages, but are there good podcasts and feeds in French for Creative Commons? Or, I mean, it started in America, so I think there is some English bias to Creative Commons in general, but what's it like?
Yeah, Creative Commons in France is a big deal. We have a lot of big things. One of the best Creative Commons site is Dogmazic. I can maybe write that in the little.
Yeah, it's we've had them on the show actually. It's dogmazic.net. I believe they're .net.
Yeah, that's right. And they have all kinds of podcasts, and I can't remember exactly how many bands they have on their site, but it's thousands.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
And after them, there's Jamendo, but Jamendo's not French. Jamendo is Luxembourg, which is a little country near to France.
Right.
But they're not really French.
But they have offices in Paris, right?
Yeah. Jamendo is a big deal, but they're really not French, and in fact they're not really respected by the French establishment at all, really. But I like Jamendo, and until quite recently.
So
what else?
Quite recently, what's new with Jamendo? What is there?
Oh, what Jamendo? Jamendo has been just being quite unfriendly. They've not really been very nice people recently. They've been banning quite a few people from the site and things like that.
Interesting. I hadn't heard that they've been banning people. So
yeah, they've been banning people for supposed violations of Creative Commons. Although it's all very hush hush, and nothing's ever explained.
Interesting. Well,
I mean, Lewis Ling could be banned from Creative Commons as well because we have samples in our music from time to time. That could happen to anybody.
Yeah. So that's an interesting point that leads into my next question. I was going to ask, what does punk mean? I mean, people usually don't associate sampling with punk music. So, I asked David this because he's a folk punk artist a couple weeks ago. And so you guys aren't, in some ways you're more traditional, but what does punk mean to you?
Punk rock, for me, punk rock is, I gotta say, punk rock is pretty political for me, always. So and the politics is basically very, very similar to the politics of the 80s British punk rock bands like Crass. And that was when I grew up. I grew up in the 80s in England under the iron heel of Thatcher, who's dead, thank God. So I grew up. Everybody who grew up in Britain under Thatcher has some kind of political motivation. So yeah, punk is very political, of the extreme, 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 extreme left.
Now, I thought you were Welsh. Did you grow up in the UK or actually in England?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I grew up in Wales, so
Okay.
but it's the same thing. People, people like to think that Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland are very different, but we're all just colonies. It's all the same.
Hmm.
It's all the same colony.
So, speaking of politics, the last time that we spoke, which was February of 2000, well, not the last time you and I spoke, but the last time we sort of spoke in a official capacity in an interview was February of 2012, and there was a lot of going-ons about immigration and such in France, and I was just curious if you could give us a little update. Has anything changed in that respect? Has it gotten better or worse?
All right. And if you want to hear the answer to that question, you'll have to find the video on my personal YouTube account.
Wow, a cliffhanger.
I know. I
Yeah,
did
that
want to
sucks. That's actually getting really interested in that.
I ran just a tad over the 5 minutes, but I wanted to get the whole question in so I could, as I was nearing the 5 minute mark, I was like, oh, I can have a nice cliffhanger after this question. And then, of course, my question took like 20 seconds to ask. So,
So does
anyway.
Jamindo still act that way? Like
So yeah, that was back in 2014. I don't know if Josh's commentary aligns with who was the guy that I worked with at Jamindo? Martin Grober, I think was his name. But he left at some point and went to Epitaph, the punk label. I don't know if that coincides with that. There was also Jamindo has gone through some different rounds of controversy, but some of that I kind of feel like is just this kind of controversy that any site goes through, like anytime they change their site. But for a while, it was like you weren't able to like message people or have comments, and I don't know if that's because of like the legal regimes in Europe, as far as like having to be, like in the US, if you're like Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and somebody like does something stupid on your site, like the site itself is not held liable, but in Europe that's a little bit different. And then there's the whole GDPR stuff, and yeah, I mean, Jamindo's been through a lot since I started listening to Creative Commons music, seriously. Like
Is
12
it
years ago,
is it
so.
still alive?
Is it what?
Is it still alive, Jamindo?
Is Jamindo
it
still
a thing?
alive? Yeah. Jamindo's still a site. Jamindo.com, JAMENBO.com. You can still go there and listen to music or get your stuff licensed. They did for a while have like a year in review sort of stuff that they got rid of. I guess that's the kind of the trendsetters, and now YouTube doesn't have their year in review thing. Yeah, Jamindo has a lot of good playlists. I don't know that like it's a great site for finding music. Like I pretty much just use Bandcamp now, but if you want a playlist, then like they're really good at that. Yeah. So, well, I have their YouTube is not very. They used to put music videos on YouTube, but they don't do that for new stuff. So, like, if you want to find older music, you can go to the Jamindo YouTube page, and there's lots of stuff there that people can play on this show. But I tend to focus on newer music, maybe not in my YouTube, not in my what I actually play, but like it's all of my plays are generated from like musicians that have released new music. So some of those musicians may not have released in a while, but that's just the neat thing. So I know Kelly Mays has some videos on the Jamendo page. I mean, they just have like hundreds of videos. It's definitely what check find music for this particular show, if for no other reason. So, all right, Al, you have. I don't know if you want to queue up a couple, and then we can get back into rotation. You can catch up.
Yeah. I got something.
Okay.
All right. This is some good old metal. Dude. Yeah, that's a couple from Jersey, and I really think I mean I don't know them personally, but I think that they had taken that from a live stint of theirs. Um, that's just basing off. They have another live release, and just from the sound and the fact that they had done another live release, I think that one is too. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I've never really encountered any kind of metal band that was performing live that was only a duo. So it's kind of like a White Stripes of of metal, I suppose.
I like
There's
that.
Andrew WK.
Well, yeah. Then there's that.
I don't know if he's if you classify him as metal, but
Yeah. I'm not definitely rock. I'm not sure if metal though.
it's definitely a different type of metal. If it's metal, I mean, he's pretty crunchy. I don't actually know any of his songs other than "Party Hard," but I know of his legend. So, all right. Yeah. So, Al, if you want to play another one, then I think that gets us back back in the rotation.
Oh,
If you've got one, and if you don't, that's fine too.
I don't
Okay.
immediately, but
Yeah, Victor, I think I actually jumped ahead of you when Al was having technical difficulties.
my
I
my
seized the opportunity to start the interview because I didn't know if that
Yeah,
would be
no
interesting
problem.
or not. Yeah, but why don't you go ahead and play yours while Al finds another track.
Okay. Absolutely beautiful
Oh,
song
that's
and
pretty.
video.
Yeah, I really like that.
Alrighty. Um, I guess on a flip side, a little pretty, but also going back to metal once again. Give me a second here. I'm just typing in the artist info here before I post the video. Do 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 do.
And the first seconds I thought the artist from Russia because of the name of the artist. And music is so depressive, like any Russian music.
Is dots a Russian term?
No, it looks like a Russian word, дождь, rain.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I know punta is Spanish. I'm not sure what punta means, but yeah, no, from Mexico. I suppose there's been a fair amount of just kind of that kind of like harder post rockish end of things that I've heard out of Russia, though. So I suppose I could feel you on what you mean by the musical tone now. Where are you again, Victor?
I'm in Kazakhstan,
Okay.
near
Okay.
the Russia, in biggest city, Almaty.
Did Sam drop off here?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Who's up next in rotation, or should I do another one?
It might be my turn actually, but if anyone wants to go first, they can.
All right.
I don't know.
Do you want to go, Victor or Doug? I can take up again, but
At the moment, I don't have track to share.
all right. In that case, I will go ahead and do another one here.
Despite your dignity, despite your needs, together
Interesting.
DOS metal, little bit of them of I suppose a heavier sidekick of things. I swear though, every time I go to stop video, I come within like inches of hitting like stop recording.
Yeah. All right, I've got my third track ready.
Voy reconociendo y voy sintiendo los lugares lugares donde el miedo tiene asiento y le voy quitando las razones para seguir entreteniendo con su juego todo el tiempo. Vamos acordando no juzgarnos para abrirnos y encontrarnos, dando espacio a otros acuerdos. Y la inmensidad se va mostrando, desarmando tanta historia y tantos miedos. Recuerdo al respirar, mi voz puede crear, tejiendo en la recuerdo al respirar, el canto sanará, vibrando en la voy a regalarme en el silencio un baño de laguna y frailejón maestro restaura el camino del agua tan clara, permitiendo el paso de la madrugada. Restaura el camino del agua tan clara, permitiendo el paso de la madrugada. Recuerdo al respirar, mi voz puede tejiendo el recuerdo al respirar, el canto vibrando en la
And that was track 10 of the day.
All right. I gotta go upstairs. So I'll probably be in and out of Bluetooth range. But I'll be back maybe at some point.
Okay, meanwhile, I will share some stuff.
All right. Nice.
It's too bad because here in Kazakhstan there is no bands like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? And are you just speaking of just kind of like kind of a more punkier rock sound in general?
No, all I because I hate guitar music is because in Kazakhstan all guitar music sounds like old Russian rock.
Ah, ah.
Yeah, and here and social media, I every day see young bands collabing with each other. But where they are?
But I don't have anything else. Right.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm done too.
All right. I guess Doug Doug is making breakfast or something. Should we call it quits? Oh, there's Doug.
Yeah, so the dog had a potty accident upstairs. I don't know if he really tried to come ask to go out or not, but they just painted the back porch, so everything's kind of weird right now because we can't go his normal way.
Can't
So
do his
he
normal
may have stood at
routine.
the front door, and I can't see the front door, so I don't really know. But anyway, it's time for them to eat, and so just to sort of like keep them on schedule, I'm just feeding them.
Word. but yeah, I don't. I'm fine with calling it a wrap if you guys are.
Yeah, I am.
Word. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. And
Yeah.
and
Have a
before we go,
good week.
just kind of wondering the time difference. What time is it for you right now, Victor?
It's 10. Oh my god, AM or PM? Night. Is it PM?
Yeah.
Night is
Yeah.
PM. Yeah.
So it's 10 PM for me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Word. Yeah. It's
I
like
think it's 10-hour difference.
yeah. You're like 12 hours from
No.
me, but you would be even more from Doug, and I'm not sure about Sam.
So you don't do daylight savings time, right, Victor?
What is it?
Like you don't change time for summer and winter.
No.
I don't think Japan does either. So he's always 2 hours ahead of, or behind rather, of Paxi,
Ah,
and then we all change.
yeah. But alrighty. Well, I guess I will catch you guys later. Have a solid one.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good week and good Monday.